got the brawler picks. Oh my goodness. Daryl, yes. Daryl actually is a very, very solid brawler since he recently got some buff. I would have been surprised if we didn't see Gene. He's so good with that Spirit Slap. He just charges up his super, and, you know, from then on, he gets additional damage. And, I mean, he's a super solid option.
I'm noticing that a lot of these brawlers are picking those survivability star powers. We get the steel hoops for each of the Daryls, a band-aid to give Shelly basically a second health bar, and even to Capo for our Poco here, charging out into the center to get the first gem.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy here. So we've got Space Station Gaming down on the bottom in blue. Then we got 3 Bears on red. The crowd is rooting for 3 Bears. It looks like 3 Bears already has that center control. And Rosa goes in there. Wow.
An early stab, but no reward, and that's going to force a retreat from 3 Bears. They're going to have to pull on back so that they can get their tank in front. That's going to tie things up and let Space Station gain the lead.
That Daryl play right there, he fell back, was able to actually take out the enemy Daryl, and now it's 3 and 3. Super close. Some Rosa actually going on there. Daryl, those offensive Daryls are just crazy.
Massive punish from 3 Bears as that Daryl rolls into a place between a rock and a hard place. Shut down, and they will tie things back up again at 4 and 4 gems apiece. Remember, it's the first team to 10 gems that holds it for 15 seconds will win. Hold on, we're about to lose our Poco on the top left. Daryl rolls out, though, and Poco survives.
He survives. Akile was able to use that clutch super, pull somebody in there, and take them out. When it's a 2v3, right now it's a 2v3, and that makes it very difficult for Space Station Gaming. They have to kind of wait for that to open up for their teammates to respawn before they can do anything. But Akile pulls the super, makes it a 2v3 with their favor.
Space Station's behind a little bit now, and they really need to get that super back up for Gene. They need to get a clutch pull and take down this Rosa. That could be it. Ties it back up, 6 and 7. But 3 Bears with the counterattack. They'll hold the mid as the train goes through.
Daryl was able to go back in there and grab those gems and get back out, and now it is super close. Rosa is just pushing them back a little bit. Akile is able to grab a couple.
Red team countdown!
They've got the countdown. Daryl goes in. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. But Akile grabs Nice Bear. He rolls away. Oh my goodness, cannot believe this.
Momentum swinging back and forth like a pendulum, but the train will protect the 3 Bears. They'll take their first win in Gem Grab.
Seeing throwers, we are seeing high DPS or high HP brawlers there, and Daryl is obviously that with the steel hoops is just such a good one. Like we said, Sandy earlier, Sandy has an incredibly high win rate. In fact, the highest win rate above 700 trophies for each individual brawler. And so it's going to be interesting.
And picks that healing wins too. Another nice little survivability boost. Rosa choosing plant life, as you noticed before. She can stay alive so long, and even when she goes far down, she just hops into a bush and heals up real quick. Let's see who grabs the first gem, Kairos.
It's going to be, oh man, they had to fall back right there. Aquile's trying to get in there. Coup de Ace, it's going to be really important for Coup de Ace to, as Sandy, to charge up his super here pretty quickly. I don't even know if he has it. Okay, there he's got a couple of hits there. But Angel, as Rosa, is playing incredibly aggressive. So aggressive, in fact, that he's pushed them back so much. Wow. Look at that. We got that trainer. He is stuck in between a rock and a hard place there.
He sure is, but 3 Bears are going to hold on to the gem lead right now. They got a tactical advantage early on, but almost had a big strategic mishap. Daryl rolling in against that Pokeball, wasn't able to finish him off, and that is going to be massive pressure from the 3 Bears, pushing far deep into the spawn zone for Space Station Gaming.
Double aggro pushes right there with Daryl and Rosa. They can't even, Poco's just dancing over there. He's just saying, hey, look at these gems here. I think I'm going to take some. But
solo guitar from the mariachi. Madness in the center of the arena as he holds onto that gem line. The train moving through once again gives him a little bit more cover. Can he grab that 6th gem? No, he'll retreat.
Okay, so it looks like Rosa, despite the Sandy super being down there, decides to go in for it. And they're still alive. I cannot believe this. This is absolutely crazy. Angel does end up falling. Nice Bear goes in for the push to try and take out Coup de Ace, and he's able to do that.
The train obliterates Dang Hoong, and Daryl is down for the count. This is an easy game, but will he try to super? No! Poco is back in action. All 10 gems for the red team. Can they hold them for the first set win?
Dang Hoong tries to go in there and do something, but Nice Bear is ready there as the shield, keeping them pushed back. Coup de Ace throws out the super. This is the best place for him to do it. He's got 4 gems. They've got to stop the countdown right here.
Poco is down!
Wow!
Double kill! Triple!
They're able to grab it, but Nice Bear is not able to finish it off, but that train, they could not get past that train right there.
Space Station on the retreat, but they can't make it back. Rosa survives. 14 gems for the plant-based tank. She'll move back behind her safe line, and she is going to hold on for 5 seconds left.
Oh, Akile tries to throw out that super, but it's just a little too short, and 3 Bears wins this first set. Seems like the 3 Bears really like to go with those tanky comps with the Poco to help support them. That's a very popular top-tier strategy, and they're definitely going to be using that right here.
The clutch moment you're going to have to watch for here is whether or not Space Station's Gene can get the pull on that Poco. If that happens, it might be an easy 3-man wipe after that, but it's not going to be an easy way to take him down.
Yeah, what's going to happen here, Angel's going to have to focus on taking out Akile. Oh, let's see here. Yep, Aquile's as Shelly. His main goal is...
Oh, the pull on Poco! He's down for the count. It's a 3-1 right now.
This is a really tricky situation. Akile has his super charge up. He can open that up right there to make it very easy for them to go. He's able to take out Nice Bear.
Shelly with a massive hit.
Oh, no, they do a very solid job at defending right there. Tanghu just has a very tiny bit of HP, but he gets taken out. Aquile's the only defense here. Is he going to be able to do it? He supers, takes out Angel pretty easily, and uses that on El Primo as well.
El Primo is the only brawler for 3 Bears that can bust up these barriers, and so without any ability to punish, it seems like that left side poke is not going to result in a goal.
El Primo is doing an amazing job at keeping the aggro there so that his teammates can actually get some time to come back down there, and it looks like we're a little bit of a tie at the moment. Right back in the center. It's like the game never even started.
Well, we've got a lot of ability to bust boxes on the blue side as well. That super from Shelly can deal a massive amount of damage, but there's a lot to worry.
Look at that super!
Baby, super!
Wow.
3 Bears for the goal.
Moting, pulling in that clutch super, able to take out 2 players is what really made that happen for them. They've got to be really careful here. Aquile's able... Wow, look at this. Daryl rolls up. Is he going to be able to make it in there?
Supers back to back. Shelly is obliterating the competition.
She opens it up, but they are not able to make it in there. Nice Bear has his super. He throws it in there. He supers it, kicks it to the corner, and makes another solid victory for this match. Oh, they're actually going with Rosa and Poco. They're adapting, Space Station Gaming is adapting their strategy to make sure they actually have a really tanky comp. And this is going to be interesting to see how Carl does with Protective Pirouette by Moting. Moting did such a good job that last match. And we'll see what happens. The combo from Poco is just so solid. It got that recent buff, and in 3v3 matches, it is just absolutely insane. So let's see here. They're trying to grab a little bit of the control right here. They're not focusing on the ball. They're just trying to focus on dealing some damage. And look at that, Moting right there. Goes in there, uses his super. Tanghoon heals up Coop to Ace, and they're able to take Carl out.
All 3 brawlers still alive for Space Station, and this is a crucial moment for them to make a stab in there. Does Shelly have her super to knock down some of these walls?
Looks like she does not know, but Kuptes does have his super. He's going to kick it. Is he able to make it in there? And Akile blows it all open, so they're able to walk that in. This is the comeback.
Busts down the walls, and they come crumbling down. Space Station Gaming cannot catch a break as the 3 Bears are holding on. Can Space Station get that second goal that they need to tie this series up?
Kuptes is trying to go in there. Is he able? He's dealing tons of damage. He's got his super. Is he? And he's healing up in the bush. He's going so aggressive. Akile goes in there, kicks it in, and gets that goal. Here that 3 Bears went back to playing El Primo, and Space Station Gaming is sticking with Shelly, Rosa, and Poco. These heavy comps right here.
So the Poco and the Rosa mirror leaves only the El Primo and Shelly pick as the difference here. What do you think is going to be the crucial interaction between those brawlers?
If it comes down to a 1v1 in Shelly versus El Primo, Shelly wins.
Okay.
But what's really going to matter here is how their team ends up playing together to make sure that Shelly can counter El Primo, or for El Primo to stay away from Shelly. Now we got Nice Bear over there. He sees that Shelly's over there, so what does he do? He goes to the opposite side. He's going away from El Primo, so that Rosa can kind of focus on Shelly there.
Rosa deals splash damage. She takes down the El Primo, and she's about to finish off that Poco as well. Stabbing deep into the enemy base, and only one red Brawler's alive. The 3 bears are sent home crying.
They've got to defend right here. We'll see. El Primo's still alive. He uses his super, goes up onto Tangoon, but Tangoon heals up. He is going, he's walking in there, and that is that goal. Space Station Gaming is coming. The reverse sweep right here. Let's see what happens.
Not enough damage to repel the Rosa, and a walk through the bushes gets her directly where she wants to go. She's going to kick it up again, over to the left side. Can Shelly grab the ball? It might be an easy goal. Here we go. Akil takes the second set for Space Station Gaming. There. And yep, we are going to get 2 bulls, 2 BBs, and 2 Daryls. An absolute mirror match.
Not surprised at all. This map is just made for these brawlers, and it's going to come down to skill. Both teams say the heist is one of their best game modes, and both teams pick the same brawlers. There's no excuses right here.
So in a very similar matchup, the only difference I spy is that Daryl from Tanghung Space Station has chosen Steel Goose for a little bit of added survivability, while the 3 bears have picked Rolling Reload, giving a little bit of a quicker fire for their Daryl.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. That Rolling Reload is really going to come into play only if he's able to get onto the safe. If he's able to do that, well, look at that right there. Nice Bear pushing Tangoon. Tangoon is down. Coup to Ace is about to get. We got split damage on both sides. Almost a brace. Except we got Space Station Gaming there's able to pull off a really good defense, while Akile is dealing a ton of damage to the enemy safe safely and runs away, staying alive for his teammates to actually catch up to him.
Advantage here for Space Station Gaming as they've done more damage to the enemy safe and are now at a 3-2 advantage, pushing into their opponents once again. They're going to let that bull run as they make their way onto the safe, busting it up. Daryl rolls in for some massive damage, but it is shot after shot. A race for the ages. Look at Nice Bear for the last shot. A 1% advantage. 3 bears take the win.
Focus on that. They're going to go with the same. They're going with the same brawlers again. The only other thing I was thinking was maybe Anita, maybe a Spike, who could actually try and charge up their supers and try and control things, but it's going to come down to skill once again. I mean, this is the highest competition that you can actually get, so of course it's coming down to skill.
And it's an all-in move. This is not the sort of comp that you would run hoping to get a little poke damage here and there. When you have a super with bull, you can charge pretty much halfway across the map. Daryl has a similar advantage with his roll. It's just that knockback from BB that's going to try to play a little bit of defense here.
You know, looks like Tangoon, they are doing the base race. No. Look at this. They are doing it again. Angel with the higher DPS than Bull as Akile, but Coup to Ace and Akile, it's a two players on the save. This is absolutely crazy. 40 and 30%.
Firing back to back. Angel is rolling through that safe. The swings from the 3 bears are gonna do it again. Taking the 3rd set, and they are up 2-1 in this match.
Viper, oh my goodness, okay. This comp here with Poco, Rosa, and Daryl, if played right, is so good. I've been on the playing end of this, I've been on the receiving end of it. It is so hard to stop if you do not have the right brawlers to counter it, and Space Station Gaming does not have the right brawlers to counter this.
Not good news for Space Station. They can deal a lot of damage, but that Gene Bull is really only going to be useful against Poco. They can dish it out, but can they take it? They got some really squishy brawlers on their side of the map, and they're going to need to be super careful about getting steamrolled by double tanks from 3 bears.
Tangoon is doing a really good job of kind of pushing them back, keeping them, making some room so that they can actually pick up that first star. And Akile gets into a tricky situation with Nice Bear. Look at Nice Bear. That positioning is so scary for them. He goes in. Is he going to be able to take it against 3 players? No, actually, he goes in, tries to run away. Coup de Ace pulls him over, and they finish him off. this is going to be tricky for Three Bears to actually come back from.
Yeah, a scary start for the Three Bears. They have a nice comp here, but they got to be able to leverage it for the victory. They are able to take out that Piper, and all of a sudden it's looking a lot closer. 3-2 advantage still for Space Station, but the roll in there from Daryl popped her down. Now the lead is on the Three Bears.
Okay, look at that there. Tang Hoon is in a good spot right there, and it looks like Space Station Gaming was able to snag a kill, and it is going back and forth between each team right here. Coop Days is trying to just keep moding, push back, and he's able to. They're a 5-4 advantage, so all they really need to do is just kind of keep their control right there, but Nicebear, he's just waiting.
Meanwhile, this Daryl has to be really close. With 4 stars above his head, he cannot die, or it's going to be a big swing in the advantage of Space Station Gaming. He gets the pull, rolls in, takes a few shots, but he'll be back at it. Another pull, and it's down! Space Station Gaming with a massive lead.
Man, this Tang is doing such a good job at controlling the field, and despite Three Bears having so much HP, it's not able to keep a Nicebear away because
Here comes the collapse. They all charge in. Gene is down. Piper's out for the count. Punched out, and that's a tie. 9-9.
Let's see right here. It looks like Three Bears is able to get the advantage right here. It's
coming a squeeze. Push back.
11.
Another Gene pull. Gene's down. Three Bears in the lead, but they cannot hold on.
Space Station Gaming's able to grab that and barely misses. Three Bears barely missed that victory right there. Single time, hold them right back. We've got a mirror matchup right here. And let's see here, yes, the one difference is Piper with ambush on the Three Bears team versus Piper with snappy sniping on Space Station Gaming.
New star power making its appearance for Space Station. I know that you mentioned before we started casting that you thought snappy sniping might have a bit of an edge here if you can land those tough shots, and it's often the pro players who have the best aim. But there is a damage advantage in playing ambush if the Three Bears are able to keep their defenses strong. They might be the ones to grab the win.
You know, where this map has a lot of bushes, I think I would rather go with ambush most of the time. But we'll see. I was wrong last time, and there's a good chance I could be wrong this time as well. But it looks like they're just trying to do a little bit of control. Moding there is thinking about going for the star, but he knows that Akile there is Pipe is just waiting for the right moment to throw out those shots. Akile there is able to do some damage, and unfortunately they miss. Nicebear with 101 HP, just one shot away from getting taken down.
Oh, and on the right!
Take each other out with those Carl Supers.
But an advantage for the Three Bears. Technically, the Three Bears died first. That means that they got the 3rd star from taking out the Space Station Gaming, Carl.
And that does give them that advantage and that control right here.
And also when they respawn, they only have 2 stars, so he gets an advantage without giving up 1.
Moding, they're hitting those shots, dealing so much damage. Tang-Hoon has to fall back, and now she drops the super to open it up, giving Three Bears a massive field advantage here.
Wow, Tang-Hoon on the right side up against his opponent Carl, but he wasn't able to get an advantage previously, just trying to push them back so that they can get another little inch up in here. They really want to deny Bush access to that enemy Piper since she gets a little bit of a bonus from her star power, but ahead by 6 stars right now. Three Bears is having to play defense for a while.
They're in a really tricky situation here, or at least Space Station Gaming is, because I think what's going to happen here is Coop de Ace really has to land this super. But if Nicebear lands his super, it's going to be game over for Space Station Gaming.
All right, only 20 seconds left, and Space Station Gaming is not able to find an inroad yet. They've been taking chip shots here and there. Hold on, we got able to make the pull. Takes him down, and that's another couple stars.
But it is not enough.
Not over yet, but they have the 3-2 advantage. Can they push in and find another kill somewhere?
Oh no! Three Bears
counter
able to
pull.
grab kill after kill after kill. 15-4, and now we are 1-1 for both teams.
See here, and we now have the lineups. Once again, it's another mirror match. But we're going to see ambush from both players this time. No snappy sniping for the Space Station player.
I think that's the right call here. This map is just perfect for ambush because you have all those bushes controlling the center, and one hit from the X range deals an additional 800 damage, and that can be enough to really make a huge difference.
Gene can also get a little bit of additional chip damage in there to boost up. So with ambush and maybe a few chip shots from Gene, that's often enough to take out some of those weaker brawlers. Carl, of course, can provide a little bit more tanking and has some nice mobility with that super when he gets it charged up. But with them both kind of isolated over on the right side of the map, it seems more like the Genes and the Pipers are taking care of the action here.
Yeah, it's coming down to Carl v. Carl, Piper v. Piper, and Gene v. Gene. So this really is coming down to skill here. However, Space Station Gaming does have that first star, so they're able to be a little bit more calm and relaxed. And you can see Coupe Days trying to, just keep people pushed back. And now the three bears are actually focusing on a center push to try and make it at 3v2, where Coupe Days is kind of pushed out there, but it looks like they actually converted. So we'll see what happens here. Akile is really low on HP. He has to fall back to heal up. And we got both Carls unloading shot after shot after shot.
Ooh, a risky play here from Piper. She'll be able to pop down some of those defensive barriers that Space Station Gaming was using. She'll survive as she retreats out, but that Gene is looking really low up on top. Three Bears going to have to pull back, and not at a time when they really have an opportunity to do that. They're down right now the star and need to get a kill. Less than a minute to pull it off.
This is really close right here. Obviously, it's just 1-0, but Space Station Gaming does have that 1-star advantage, and that can be all you need to have to win this match. And so it's going to come down to them having that control.
Oh, looks like Piper's able to...
Wow. Both teams end up falling back, though. Coupe Days heals up, and we also have Piper on Three Bears' team healing up as well. Nice Bears flashing that super, giving them a warning shot, saying, hey, I'm here. Don't forget about me.
Some nice shots up on top from Piper, but still not able to connect, and the Three Bears are really running short on time. We're going to need to see a charge in here from one of their Carls. Preferably the Three Bears. Hold on! The pull is good! Gene goes down! Piper goes down! The shots are coming back to back to back, and the Three Bears are in the lead!
Look at that, they were able to get that Carl over there as well, and Coupe Days tries to deal some damage. Aquile's able to get some kills, but it looks like Nice Bear takes Coupe Days out as well, and they lose. Space Three Bears moving on to the next match, the semifinals tomorrow.